it is the turn now for the transactions in order to implement the hateoas stuff. For the transactions, we have two special cases because remember that a transaction has a product and a buyer. And additionally, a transaction could have a seller, but remember that it is not directly obtained as in the case of the product or the buyer. So let's implement that and see what I'm talking about. I'm going to take a copy from product transformer. And let's go to transaction transformer. Again, let's replace those values for transactions and these others for just transaction. Now we have the self link that is very good. Then we have the buyers, but remember that we don't have several buyers. We have only one buyer, so it is a special case. Then we have the categories that is working good. Then we could have the seller. Remember that is only one seller. It is not a list of sellers. So it could be transaction seller. And the rule should be transactions sellers on the index method, sending the transaction ID as well. After this, we are going to proceed in a very similar way. But in this case, we don't have a seller, we have a buyer. And similarly for the product. Again, remember, this is only buyer and not transaction buyer because we don't need anything related with the transaction to obtain the buyer. But in this case, we have transaction seller because to obtain that specific seller for that transaction, we need to send a request through transaction seller sending the ID of the transaction. Basically, here we have an operation directly related with the transactions, but here we don't have. So now we have completely implemented the hateoas links for the transaction transformer. See you in the next class.